Hey everyone, welcome back to the garage. We've got another video on the Datsun today, and today I think what we're going to do is jump into the cooling system, get the, well, I'll talk you through it as we get there. But anyway, I would like to get it sorted out properly to my standards and get the radiator permanently mounted because that thing was just loose, and maybe get another fan installed so we have the whole radiator has fans. Two fans are better than one, so uh, yeah, anyway, let's get into it.
Oh! Yes! Yes!
Yes! Dude, I'm an adult. Okay. Alright, so I figured we'd come out to my truck because I'm better with the pointing than I am with the talking. You see, this is their expansion tank. No radiator cap up here. There's a return line on the top. My radiator doesn't have one. My expansion tank doesn't have one on the car, so that's okay. We'll just run without that. This feeds... Oh, you can't even see in there. Oh yeah, now you can. It feeds down, loops around, and hooks into the front port on the water pump. And then it's teed into there, and then that goes up to your heater core and whatnot. And so that sucks out of your expansion tank through your water pump. Notice I'm not even good with the pointy things today. Oh, anyway, you get the picture. We're gonna try to recreate all this mess in the Datsun. Alrighty, so I got some all plumbed up and got some coolant in it, and just rigged up my bottle here. Get a little bit more height out of it so I can make sure and get a good bleed on it, because I don't think I have enough coolant in there yet. So I fire it up and let her chooch through, let her get a little bit warm, suck some of that through. Alright, it seems to be working. I don't have any air bubbles coming back up. It's up to temperature. I just hooked up the fan so it would stay where it's supposed to stay. And it's just lurking. Staying right at 90 degrees, so the thermostat should be open. But yeah, we'll let her idle for a little bit longer, just keep an eye on things. And I guess once it's done, then we can put this thing back where it's supposed to be. Alright. Well, I let her idle for about 20 minutes and got it up to temp, as you saw, and it seemed good. So I'm alright with that. Oh, I made a mess. I made a mess everywhere. There's coolant all over the floor. Half a roll of paper towel underneath there. I mounted it here, which there was a fuse box here before, so there's already a little bracket, so I kind of used some professional fastening devices, aka zip ties, and zip tied her on there. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're just gonna leave that for now. And yeah, once it cools off a little bit, then a guy can get in here and actually secure some of these, like the steam line, and the feed one is kind of tucked back in there underneath these battery cables. But anyway, so far so good. I think that we'll call that a win. And we'll move on here. Now this radiator. This old girl is just kind of being held in with hopes and dreams, which is pretty loose. And I don't really like it out at the front, but at the same time, it's too wide to fit in between the frame rails. I don't want to cut them. I already had them cut once, and I patched them all back up nice, so I don't want to chop them out again. So we'll leave it out in front, and I just need to make some brackets so that it can actually sit, because these are just like the cheapest little things that are, I think they're just, yeah, they're definitely just a sheet metal screw holding them on. So that's not going to work. So we'll, I don't know, figure something out here, get to cutting and make a couple brackets, and then I need to make some hold down tabs, which for those I think I'm just going to either go around the top, come off the side, and go to this bolt hole kind of right there. I got one of those on each side, and I think that'll stay out of the way of the hood, everything like that. That's my initial plan, and we'll see if it works out that way. I don't know. Once we get it all mounted proper, then we can address the fan and kind of go from there. All right. Well, we got the hood back on. The expert mounting location that I had for that little tank didn't work. Touched the hood. I kind of thought it might, but it was worth a try, so I'll have to maybe just drop it down a little bit. Still keep it in the same location, but just move it down just a wee bit. Got the rad kind of half in there. I put the hood on mostly so I could check for the clearance in between, and I got about, I don't know, half, 3/4 inch in between, so that's all right. I moved it forward, the bottom forward, tilted the top back so I can fit the fan all the way over to the side. So that way I should have room for 2 fans, which is perfect. I like that. And I did the top little bracket straps already. You kind of see, you see better on that one. Just a loop around the top, and then it kind of twists and bolts into the side there. I have to do the bottom yet, but that thing is like, you shake the car with that. So I'll figure something out to hold the bottom. And right now it's just a jack, but I can't drive around with the jack holding up the bottom. That is never going to work. Radiator is in there sitting by its own self. Now it's a little bit hard to see, but I've got these straps on the top. This thing is in there like solid. I left a little bit of room so I can unbolt them, and then just put little rubber pads in between, and then bolt these back down. So I'm probably going to do that here. I don't know if I'll do it today, but we'll see. Also, hopefully there should be room here now for another fan, so we have 2 fans instead of 1, because that's always better. On the bottom of the radiator, just well, you can't see much, but these little pegs here stick down. I just hooked onto those, some scrap angle, and then ran them down to the bottom. Ooh, that's still warm. I just tacked that one on. Give them a bend, stuck them to the bottom of the rad support. This one got bolted. Everything got bolted except for this one, because there was no bolt holes, and I didn't feel like making a new one. So yeah, everything that's bolted needs to be taken off and cleaned up and painted. So we'll get at that at some point, but for today that's not going to happen. But yeah, I gained, before the radiator was sitting down hereabouts, it was underneath the rad support, and that was worrying me. So I gained probably 2.5 inches, something like that. I'm alright with that. That looks okay to me. All right, so I'm not 100% sure where we left off, but the cooling system is probably, I don't know, 95% done. I just whipped up a quick dirty little bracket for this thing just to hold it there, and I need another one for the back because it's going to wiggle around and make noise, but it's not going to fall out. So that's good for now. As you can see, we got the heat wrap back on, and our hold downs are nicely painted. It's a little bit hard to see in the sun. Wow. Painted. I got little rubber pads under there for isolators. So that's mint. What else did I do? Pretty much now I just have to wire up the second fan, which should be simple. Just tee them together so that they both come on at the same time on the same relay. And make a little bracket for here, just for the behind the tank. It's not going to fall out, but it could use a little bit more support. And yeah. But anyway, like I'm trying to say, if you made it this long, thank you. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll have another one coming out here, another video on this thing in not too long. And hopefully that one is maybe a test drive. That would be great. I got some exhaust to build and some grill stuff. But the grill, you could take it on a test drive without the grill in there. That'd be fine as long as you have running lights and whatnot. The exhaust I probably need to build before we could take it on a test drive. So yeah, mine ripped off. I hooked it on I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, the little side pipe that I had on there just ripped off. So it's straight piped again, straight off the manifold pretty much, And yeah, that doesn't work for me. So we're going to sort that out. But anyway, that's all we got going on today. So if you made it this far, thanks for sticking around, and we'll catch you on the next one.